Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining me for the Money Flow Show, where I share the weekly Money Flow Oracle card reading using the Money Flow Oracle card deck, and also do live readings for viewers to pull a card and give a live reading to the viewers that we can fit in. And that's what we do here on the Money Flow Show. Let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know. My name is Aleckson. I am the soul speaker, and I give a voice to the power within through direct voice channeling, a highly evolved, non-physical stream of consciousness we refer to as all that is. They provide information but also transformation through the vibrational frequency of the words that they use when they're speaking. Why do we do this? Our purpose is to help you to stop struggle and step into flow so that you might fulfill your potential. And that will allow you to live on purpose with prosperity and peace. So thank you for joining me. We are here live for the Money Flow Show. I'm going to spend the first 10 minutes of the show, so another 9 minutes before we actually start the show. The first 10 minutes are so that we can get everything ready, make sure everything's working, so that we can welcome our viewers, our regular ones and all of our new ones, and so that we can give you the best reading that we possibly can. So thank you for joining me, and if you would just say hello, let me know that you're watching and I can say hello back to you. As well as that, we have a question of the day. So today's question is this: if you were given 1 month to live, I'd like to know what is the one thing that you would do, or what is one thing that you would do if you were given just 1 more month to live. Tell me what you would do if given only 1 month to live. Hello Mariko, thank you for joining me. Lovely to see you as always. Kaylee, lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us for the Money Flow Show. And I'm going to just do what I need to do in the background here. Answer the question for me. We have a question of the day for the first 10 minutes so that we can spend those 10 minutes pre-show before we get into the serious business of sharing the Money Flow Oracle card reading for this week and then doing some live readings for viewers. So let me just share this out into a couple of other places where people are often looking for the reading and don't know to come to this page, not like you, but I'll share that out. So bear with me while I do that. Answer that question. I'd love to know, if you were given 1 month to live, what is the one thing that you would do? Or what is one thing that you would do? Now, Kaylee has said that she would cry, and that's absolutely understandable. But I'd love to know, Kaylee, if there's something on your bucket list that you would absolutely make sure that you were doing in the month that you've got left to live. So thank you for joining me. I'm just going to find that post in my page. Here we go. I'm going to hit share and share that out to a couple of places that I need to do that for. First on my profile, because lots of people are always waiting over there for me. We are live. Click on the video to comment and join us live for readings. Okay, that'll do, and I'll click post on that. I won't shit anything. I'll click on post it to my timeline, and then I'm going to share. Mariko, yes, of course. Spend as much time as possible with Bub. Mariko's answered today's question of the day, which is, if you were given 1 month to live, what is one thing that you absolutely would do? So yeah, absolutely spend as much time as possible with Bub and your children. Janet, hello, lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us. And I'll just share that out to one more place, and then we can talk a bit more about the question of the day. I'll just... Oh, wrong one. I chose someone else's page to put it on. Isn't that interesting? Let me find it. And Aleckson, nope, it's not going to let me do that. It wants me to hashtag it. Here we go. Join live on my page if you want a free live reading today. and to get the week's reading. All right, let me just pop that in there. How's it been for you guys, this energy that we're in at the moment? It's been interesting, hasn't it, the last few days? But it seems to have calmed down now, which is lovely. So I'd love to know how you're feeling in the energy that we're currently in. Okay, let's just have a look. So thank you for joining me once again for the Money Flow show, where I share the weekly Money Flow Oracle card reading, and then afterwards we do some live readings for viewers, so stick around for that. We are currently in pre-show, so for the first 10 minutes, or for another 4 minutes, just another 4 minutes, we're just in pre-show, where we're just saying hello to each other, catching up. I'm also asking you to answer for me the question of the day, and the question of the day is this. If you were given 1 month to live, what is one thing you would do? Oh, Maria, I'm so sad that your mobile died. You can't hear anything on your mobile and computer won't stream. So Maria leaving her high energy here with us, which is wonderful. Thank you, Maria. We appreciate it. We will send energy to you and to your mobile phone so that it dries out and that you can join us. So thank you for joining me. So Mariko is talking about the energy that we've been in. Now, I was just saying how interesting it's been over the last couple of days, but it's calming down a bit. And Mariko's just mentioning that she feels half an hour behind, which is an improvement. So that's great. Yeah, time's been all topsy-turvy, hasn't it? Very, very interesting. Time's been very topsy-turvy. So again, thank you for joining me for the Money Flow show. We are in another 3 minutes of the pre-show where you can say hello and we can say hello back and recognise each other. Also, I'd love your answer to the question of the day, which is if you were given 1 month to live, what is one thing you would do in that time? Hello, Erin. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining me. So you're watching the Money Flow show. And this is where we share the weekly Money Flow Oracle card reading and also do some live readings for our viewers in the hour that we're together today. We have 2 more minutes of pre-show, so answer the question, if you have 1 month to live, what is one thing that you would do? Peter, let me have a look. Clear away anything I need to complete for myself, then do something awesome for someone else. Wow, that's nice. Thinking about someone else. And there's always people, as you say, Peter, thank you, that there's always someone that could use a little kindness. Fantastic. Kaylee's just saying, probably clear out my stuff inside and outside so I don't take anything with me when I go. Fabulous idea. It's a good time to do that anyway. It's a good thing to do that anyway. And Peter, for you as well, it's a good thing to do that anyway, even if you haven't been given a 1 month to live. Those things that you would do in that 1 month, let's start doing it today. That wasn't the point of the question. Certainly wasn't to preach that we should all start doing these things, but I was interested in knowing what's important to people and what they would do in that last month. Any bucket list things that you would like to do, things like that. 1 minute to go until we start the show proper. Erin's saying she'd spend time with family and friends and travel. Fantastic. Absolutely. I would also travel. And so we've got about half a minute now until we go into the Money Flow show where we share the weekly Money Flow Oracle card reading. And so just stick around for that. We'll be this. Yeah, absolutely, Peter. Peter's just saying we should always think of others and give where we can. Absolutely. I think you're preaching to the converted here, Peter. I think most of the people that that follow me and that are watching the video are certainly people who are always mindful of everyone else and being giving and kind and these sorts of things, just like you are, of course. Dorothy, I'd make sure my children were looked after I was gone. So moving them to my sister's house and sorting out schooling, etc. And you will, absolutely. Very, very practical things, Dorothy. Thank you for that. And thank you for joining us today. Lovely to see you. All right. So we're ready to go live. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for the Money Flow show, where we share the weekly Money Flow Oracle card reading using the Money Flow deck. And also later in the show, we open up the lines and share readings live with our viewers. So stick around for that. My name's Aleckson. I am the soul speaker and I give a voice to the power within. And I do that through direct voice channeling a highly evolved, non-physical stream of consciousness that we call All That Is. And we provide, when we're together, we provide information and also transformation through the vibrational frequency of the words that are spoken. So you will notice a shift in your energy when you're with us. Now, why do we do that? My purpose and the purpose of the energy that comes through me is to help you to stop struggle so that you can step into flow and then fulfill your potential. And when you do that, you can start living a life that is on purpose, that is prosperous, and that is peaceful. So that's really what we want to help you to achieve. Now, I do private sessions, of course, so I'll give you the information about that later. Let's just get straight into the show and start doing the Money Flow show. Sorry, the Money Flow Oracle card reading. There's too many money and flow words around me at the moment. It's very confusing. So again, thank you for joining me for the Money Flow show. I'm just shuffling the cards as we sit here, and then I'm going to go into my special space. And it's not away from here, I'll still be here, but in my special space up here, and allow the guides to come through and see what they have to share with us today around the card that we're going to pull. Now, before we do the reading, what I love to do is to take a few breaths together. It allows me the time and the space to shut off what I've just been doing, thinking, getting this all, pulling it all together, so that I can allow the guides to come through. So I would absolutely love it, and I invite you to close your eyes with me in this moment. Just close your eyes and relax. Have a sip of water if you need to, as I do. Thank you. And close your eyes and just relax and come into this moment in time right here, right now. There's nothing else that needs to be done. There's nothing else that needs to be fixed. There's nothing else that needs to be worried about right now. Just relax and take a nice deep breath in through your nose and all the way down to your belly. And as you breathe out, I want you to release, release, release. Just take another deep breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, I want you to release, release and relax. One more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, I want to, and we want to invite all of your other aspects, all the other aspects of you, your soul self, your higher self, your even higher self, your even higher than higher self. Bring back all of those parts of you into this moment in time, right here, right now, as we all gather. Connecting into your guidance team, because you have one, into our guidance team, because we are one. Bringing forth and into this moment in time to join you in your consciousness, all those levels of you that are existing in non-physical, coming together with your physical form at this time. For this moment in time as we gather to do the reading. Ah, yes. And so, as we sit, you may open your eyes if you're still closed eyes. And for those who've just joined us, thank you so much for just joining us. We've just been getting into the right space so that we can bring through the non-physical All That Is, to speak on the card that we've just chosen. So we're using the Money Flow Oracle card deck. And the card that wants to be spoken to today, and you won't be able to see the word because we are a mirror image with Facebook Live, but I'll show you anyway. I want you to look at the image. The card is the Forgive card. It is the Forgive card. And I'm just going to breathe for a moment and allow the guides to come back strongly so that they can share a message on that for you, after which I will come back and share anything extra that I need to. And then we're going to open up for our viewers to do some live readings for them, sometimes with the cards and sometimes without. We are all that is, and so are you. You are simply the physical version of all that is, whereas we are the non-physical. In other words, you cannot see us. You can see she, but you cannot see those of us who are now speaking through her form, so to speak. And we wish to address you today around the energy of the world at the moment. And more than anything, as is indicated by the card that has come forth, we are urging you to go into forgiveness in every moment, in every moment, in every moment, not just because there's something to forgive, but simply because you wish to be in the energy of forgiveness, which is, of course, the energy of love, which is, of course, the energy of peace, which is, of course, the energy of all that is. You are being called at this time to be in that energy as often as you can, as strongly as you can, as lovingly as you can. And by doing this, you are affecting the energy of everything around you, not just those who are close by, but the entire world, so to speak. And so we urge you, and many others are urging other groups at this time to do the same, to bring themselves into the energy of forgiveness, forgiveness of your enemies, so to speak. Now, we know that you, as a being who has done some work, who is growing spiritually and who has your own connection to all that is, has no enemies to be giving forgiveness to. But we wish to ask you as a collective humanity to offer forgiveness to those who would be considered your enemy, if you understand what we mean, and we think you do. If not by our words, then certainly by our energy. We are urging and we are asking that this week in time, for this period, that you be in the energy of forgiveness at all times. Not just for your enemy, but for your own self, for everyone around you, just in the energy of forgiveness, to be in the energy of forgiveness, so that the world may be forgiven, so that humanity may be forgiven, so that anything beyond that may be forgiven, so that you might change the world. It's ripe for changing. It is ripe for changing. The world is ripe for changing. And your part of that is to sit in the highest vibrations of love, forgiveness, peace, perfection. And therefore allow the shell to crack and the new world to be born forth at this time. We are done. We will leave you with she. Thank you very much. I giggle because it just feels lovely when they're here, and they always say something very cute to me at the end as they're leaving, which is only for my ears. So that's why I giggle at the end, even when it's been a little bit of a serious message, which it feels that it has been. Whew. So, oh, Erin, thank you so much, Erin, for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing that the crux of the message there for me. I really appreciate that. So, oh, dearie me, I keep hiding the comments and things. I'm lost. I'm totally lost where I am. So, those who are just joining us, we have just literally finished All That Is giving their reading, giving their reading to the card which we've pulled today, which is the Forgive card. So I would strongly urge you, if you missed it, to listen to the replay when you can, because the energy of that was very, very strong. Now, what I'd like to do is add on to that a little bit from my human and more practical perspective. Today, with regards to money flow, let me speak directly to money flow and the reason that this card has come out today, over and above what all that is shared. This is how we're doing the money flow reading, the money flow show these days. They're giving their very larger perspective reading, and then I'm going to add anything that I feel that we need to add to it. So what the card is saying this week is that it's really a great time right now if you want to change your money life, if you want to change your money flow, if you want to bring more money in. It would behoove you to, it would benefit you, let me say it that way, behoove, benefit, same thing. It would behoove you or benefit you to have a look at your relationship with money, and to the people who provide money to you, or the people who don't but should, or the places where that income comes from or that money comes from. And forgive first yourself for any drama that you have created around money, or for anything that you feel you've done wrong with your money life. And then, so forgive yourself first. Work on the forgiveness of self. Then work on the forgiveness of anybody else who plays a part in your financial life, your money life. And then simply offer up the energy of forgiveness to money and the way that it's treated you. I don't know about you, but if I were to write the story of money, I would say that it's not been a very good friend to me at all. Over time, it's all changed now because I've been doing a lot of this work. But these are the things that the card is telling us to do this week. To really sit in forgiveness of self, of others, of money, and our relationship with it. And then allow the relationship to change through that forgiveness. And yes, Michael, absolutely. Ho'oponopono is one of my top tools. I think it's amazing. So absolutely, if you wanted to ho'oponopono around money and the people involved in your money life and all of those sorts of things, I love ho'oponopono. I know how to say it because I had to practice it many years ago, and now I love saying it because I can. So yes, definitely, that is one tool for forgiveness that I highly recommend. So to change your money life this week, or to step into flow this week, we're talking about forgiveness. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of your money relationship, forgiveness of the way money's treated you and you've treated it. Which brings me to a little story that I'd like to share with you. My son came to me the other day and said to me, "Wow, Mum, have a look at my coin jar. There's $72 in it." Which, amazing, amazing. It's just a little coffee container. He then proceeded to tell me that he was a little bit upset with himself because he'd seen 5 cents on the ground. Now, obviously, he and I have conversations about energy and about the way that you treat your money and all of these sorts of things, not just money, but lots of things. But for today, let's talk about money. He was a little upset with himself that he hadn't picked up this 5 cent piece because it was in a bit of a difficult spot, and he didn't want his friends at school to see him digging around for 5 cents because they often tease him. Because he is like me, he understands that if you see money, if you pick it up and say thank you to the universe for it, as well as treat it nicely, so clean it up and put it wherever you put your money, that then becomes an attraction factor when it comes to money. So he was a little bit upset at himself that he hadn't done this. And the reason that I'm sharing that story with you is to say that the way you treat money really has an impact on the energy and your attractiveness to money flow. So if you see a penny, pick it up. I love how all the old wives' tales really do have a good reason behind them. So if you see a penny, pick it up. If you drop money, pick it up. Don't leave it there. All of these sorts of things, we've really got to start. Well, we don't got to start doing anything. Please forgive me for speaking like that, because we absolutely don't have to do anything. But I recommend that we start treating our money as if it is a precious friend. As if it is a precious friend. Because then its friends will want to join us as well. Isn't that how you feel? Treat it like it's someone that you love. And that will just allow you to become more of an attractive energy for money. Mariko's just saying she found $2.50 today so far. Fantastic. That's great, Mariko. I will just quickly answer a couple of questions here. And I'm also going to now open up for anybody who wants me to pull a card for them or to do a little reading for them. We'll do that now for the next half an hour, as long as we have enough people to read for. So please ask if you want to have a reading. If you want to know about something very, very specific, then please be a little specific in your asking. Otherwise, we will just pull a card and whatever comes out will come out. So let me just catch up with the comments. Oh, Debbie, that's good. Just about to go through and clear out some direct debits. If they're not things that you need anymore, absolutely do that. Megan's just saying, I got very hot all around me and my heart was beating very strongly, and as they said we are done, a belch came flying out. Megan, that is so funny. Because I was burping before we started because they were already coming through. And when they come through me, they clear out any junk that I've got going on. And I've had a weekend of eating products that I shouldn't eat, and I know I shouldn't. So I know they bring my vibration down. So that was the clearing for me. So I was burping as well, but before we started. So belching, burping, yawning, all of these things are because we're clearing energy. So that's great. So you've had a bit of a clearing. Mary's just saying, yes, it's our relationship with money that needs to be forgiven. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that really is the relationship with ourself, Mary, you'll find more often than not. Again, Erin, thank you so much for sharing everything for me. I do really appreciate it. Thank you. I see you, Michael. Michael's going to catch the replay, so great. Thanks, Michael. Vanessa, I love that. I love that saying that you've got. I love money and money loves me. Many, many years ago, I came across a woman who was a singer and a performer, and she had written a song, and she'd written like 2 albums full of affirmation songs, and one of them was I love money and money loves me, and it was really lovely to listen to, because we train our brain when we're listening to music. I mean, how many times have you heard a song from the 80s on the radio and sung every single word? If only we would pay more attention to doing that with our affirmations, making them so ingrained and get so in our brain that we can remember even just at the beginning of the song, the first note, and you often know what song it's going to play because it's from your teenage years or something like that. So thanks for sharing that. Dorothy, yes please. Okay, fantastic. So Dorothy and Peter, I can see that you've asked for a card. Oh, Jen McDonald, I see that you're here. Please do forgive me. Just as I saw your name, I realised I haven't replied to your email. So I will get around to doing that today. Jen saying, I found a $2 coin blessing for a meeting, missed the first part, but forgiveness. Yes, it seems like as a kid I had mixed thoughts. Yeah. Forgiving is a big thing. It is a big thing. But also for money, it's a big thing. Not just life, which, of course, forgiveness is a very big thing. And certainly when you have any troubles in your life, try some forgiveness. Believe me, it does help. Ex-husbands, for instance. Forgiving them and yourself for whatever the situation was. And it really does make a change in the relationship if you're co-parenting and these sorts of things. Dorothy, I've just pulled out a card for you, my dear. Well, I didn't pull it out. I was concentrating on you as I was talking. I can do 2 things at once sometimes. And a card came out for you. And the card is alchemy. It's the alchemy card. I know you can't read it, but I wanted to show you the image. It's the alchemy card, Dorothy. And I'm just going to tune in a little bit more Dorothy, I actually feel like you have shifted something in money recently, that you've gone through some sort of shift and you're stepping more into flow. It feels like you're becoming more attractive to money, or money's becoming more of your friend than your foe, so to speak. So I just simply want to say to you, now I don't know why alchemy came out, but it feels to me like it's saying to you that you've mixed, you know, to do alchemy scientifically is to mix two objects to turn them into something that's more desired. And so I hope that means something to you, Dorothy, mixing two objects to create something that's more desired. It feels like you're merging something. Perhaps it's in your business, I don't know, something like that, where you're merging some things together. And that will be the things that start to see a change for you. But I absolutely feel that you have over the, it's recently, there's been this shift in your money. Not in the physical reality of your money, but the your mind shift. You've mind shifted around money recently, and so that's going to allow you to start, I feel like, attracting more clients. It feels like you're in a place of being now in a mindset where you will start to attract more clients. There'll be more clients looking for what you do and receiving it from you. So perhaps I also feel like almost as though you're feeling more confident about what you do as well. So you're more willing to share it with people and more willing to speak about your ability to do what you do as being something really good, because it is. And that's my personal opinion, as well as the intuitive reading, because Dorothy helps me with my website, the back of my website, so I know that to be true as well. Just thought I'd mention that. Okay. All right. I did this last year and continuing on this year. Okay, great. Fantastic, Dorothy. Good to hear. All right. I'm missing some comments, but I just want to run through. I'm just going to... Peter, thanks for joining us. I appreciate your presence. We like having the masculine around from time to time. They tend to run away from me, however, but it's all the woo-woo stuff. I'm way too much feminine. So, Peter, we have a card for you. We have a reading for you indeed. And what we want to say to you is that the card says awaken, but we're not telling you that it's time for you to awaken. We're saying to you that you are awakening into a greater space than you've ever been before. And the way that you're doing that is by almost as if you are starting to accept yourself for who you are, just to accept yourself, who you are, where you are. As soon as you accept yourself, who you are and where you are, you can start to open up to that thing you've been seeking for so long, that you feel as though it's been evading you. But it's there, it's right there, and all you need to do is understand that you are perfect, where you are is perfect, and the minute that you get that here in your chest, the minute that you get it there, you will awaken to greater ways of being, greater powers, greater ways of being in the world, so that you can more easily and more strongly take on the creator position as the creator of your reality and change your life and your world. Thank you. So that's wonderful. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, fantastic. Let me move on. I hope that's helpful to you, Peter. It's a nice reading. Neola, hello, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. And yes, absolutely, I will do a card reading for you. Let us shuffle and see what wants to be spoken to for you, Neola. Now, I wonder if you actually say your name Nola or just Neola. I'm not sure. It matters not. I'm just talking as I shuffle, keeping myself busy as I do that. So, let's have a look what card wants to speak to Neola. Here we go. Reset. So the card that's come for you today is the reset card. As I say, you can't read it, but I would like you to just have a quick look, if you can, at the symbol on it. You can kind of see there's a bit of a symbol. Just have a gaze at the card while we're talking to you. So your card, Neola, is reset. It feels to me that you've had some troubles lately, that you've had some stuff that's been niggling at you, some things that have not been going right. And it really is an invitation for you this week. Perhaps not today, you're not quite ready, but perhaps tomorrow, the next day, would be a really good time for you to really just hit the reset button. Just make a decision that things are changing, that things are getting better, that you're going to make the changes that you need to make in order to become the creator of your reality, in order to live the life that you deserve, live the life that you desire, live the life that you came here for. Now, again, we want to say to you that it's time to hit the reset button. It really is as simple as that. Look back very quickly now on the last couple of weeks that have transpired, where things have not gone very well, where things seem to be almost as if you feel like you're going backwards. And look back, quickly look at it, see it there, say, wasn't that interesting? Hit the reset button and start again. You have that opportunity right now in this energy. When we say right now, we mean make the decision now and then simply allow yourself to feel the stronger and stronger pull over the coming days to start again. Thank you. That's a really nice... Neola, I have it right. Thank you. Fabulous. Thanks for confirming that for me. Okay, fantastic. Let's keep moving on and see who's up next. Lisa, fantastic. Let me just breathe and have some water. Oh, I completely forgot. As is usual every week, we do a prize draw for those who are viewing and watching and enjoying the time with me. And that is this, and it's a little bit late, I understand, so I hope you don't miss out. But what we do is we give away a 20-minute session. Normally sell that for $97. So I give away one 20-minute session every week, and all you have to do is like my page if you haven't already. So like the page that you're watching this on, and Aleckson Transformational Speaker. Tag a friend in and let them know that they can pop over and have a free Money Flow Oracle card reading. And then the other thing that you need to do is you need to share it. Now you can share it right now if you're on live, and if you do that you will need to then come back to the page and click on so that you can continue watching us live. Or if you like, because I forgot and it's a little bit later in the day, you can share it at the end of the live when we finish up. And so what I'll do is I'll go and check if you've liked it, if you've tagged a friend, and if you've shared, then you'll go into the draw to win the free 20-minute session. What do we do in a 20-minute session? Not as much as we do in a 1-hour session, but it still is very, very good. What we do is I go into a slight trance, and the guides come through and they speak to you about whatever's going on with you. We have done healing work, both physical and emotional. We have done clearing of habitual thinking and limiting belief thinking from your unconscious mind. We've done work on connecting people with their soul vibrations and bringing back all the aspects of themselves so that they can come into this reality again as a full being, not one who has aspects that are all out in other dimensions and times and space, but as a full being in touch with all of those parts of yourself. Lots and lots of things we do in the session, and it really depends on what you are needing right now at this moment. So whatever it is when we get together, whatever your soul says you need, that's what we do. So please, if you want to win a 20-minute session, it is absolutely well worth it. All of my clients will tell you that. Do that. So you have to like my page, you have to tag a friend into this live feed right now in the comments, and also share the live either now or when it's up as a replay. And I'm going to draw that tomorrow. So Wednesday, no, yes, today's Monday. Okay, so on Wednesday at midday, I'm going to choose a winner, and I will let you know if it's you, and I'll let everybody know who it is. So please do that. This way you help me out by sharing me and letting people know about the work that I do, and you will, of course, gain from having a session with me. And of course, if you'd rather just go and book a session with me, you can absolutely do that. You can find the booking page at annealeckson.com/book. That's the page to go to. And you can book a 1-hour session or a 20-minute session on that link. So Lisa, just pulling a card for you, my dear. Balance. Okay, so the card that's come out is balance. It feels like, things are going well for you. Things are going well for you, and we just want to kind of remind you, and we'll do so later as well, we want to remind you to keep yourself in balance, because you're doing so much and you're really steaming along. I'm seeing an image of a steam train chugging along. Look at my arms going. Can you see? I'm doing this. You're steamrolling along. You're really starting to get momentum, but we want to remind you to everything in balance, everything in balance, everything in balance. Thanks, Lisa. Hope that helps. Cool. And Erin, absolutely, I'm going to do a reading for you if you've asked, because I am so appreciative of your assistance with sharing the messages in the comments today. I really appreciate it. So let me get a really good card for you. I'll take a moment to get quiet. Again, the alchemy cards come out, Erin. And it seems to me that you also, and now I don't do the same reading for the card because there's only one word on the card, and then the reading, it just prompts the reading that comes out. But again, it feels to me like you have been searching for a new way of being, searching for your place, searching for how you fit in. And it feels again that you're getting closer and closer and closer to knowing the answers to that question. Who am I? Where do I fit in? What am I here to do? And you are, of course, an alchemist. An alchemist. You are an alchemist. That's why this card has come out for you. What that means is that you have the ability to create change in others as well as yourself. Now, that feeds into who am I and where do I fit in? You're here to be of service to other people in an alchemical way. In other words, in a way where you can simply create change for them. So I feel my crown tingling a little bit, so I think you understand what I'm saying there. Good. I hope that makes sense to you. Thank you. Okay, let me have a look. All right, I'm going to... Lisa's saying it did help. Thank you. That's great. Peter, thanks for tagging someone. All right, just looking to... I want to be able to fit as many readings in as I can. Miriam McCrowan, lovely to see you here. Thank you for joining us. And Miriam is, I think, someone who's new to me. So I'll just very quickly, as I'm shuffling the cards, I will introduce myself to anybody who is watching who doesn't know who I am. I don't really know who I am either. Do we ever know who we are? But here's what I say officially. I call it my bio. I'm Anne Aleckson. I am the soul speaker. And I give a voice to the power within through direct voice channeling, a highly evolved non-physical stream of consciousness, all that is. And if you haven't experienced all that is, then simply go back to the beginning of the Money Flow show at 10-minute mark, and they did a reading or a guidance session on the word forgiveness. Right before I did I added some more information about forgiveness. So if you want to have an experience with all that is, you can watch that earlier in this show. So that's me. Lovely to meet you. And you are, of course, seeing me here in my passion and my purpose, being of service, through allowing all that is to use my voice to speak to what they call the physical, which is us, human beings, in the physical. They're in the non-physical and we're in the physical, and we're no different than them. All right, so Miriam, okay, the card that's coming out for you is peace. And I feel like I want to teach you a process that I use myself, because I love the word peace and I love to think of myself as having the energy of peace. And I've done that by a particular process, and I want to share it with you. It feels very much like you could use some energy of peace in your own life. So if you're still here with me, Miriam, or if anybody else wants to join in, I'm going to share that process with you. I'm going to suggest that you do it, not just now with me, but perhaps once a day, that you sit and you be quiet and you breathe in a particular way and do this thing. So let's do that. What we do is we take a nice deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we say, let there be peace. And then as we breathe in again, we follow the breath down into our heart space and we say, and let it start with me. Now, let me explain, as you continue breathing in and out and allowing yourself to feel peace, let me explain what that does. So as we breathe out and we say, let there be peace, that is our gift or our giving of peace to the world or to anyone around us. As we breathe in and bring it down to our heart space and say, and let it start with me, that is the receiving of peace within ourselves. Now, when you do this, you start to vibrate at the energy of peace. So you become more peaceful. People around you appear to become more peaceful because they don't feel the need to have arguments with you, which I think is important for you, Miriam, at this point. They don't feel the need to fight with you because you are the energy of peace. So I hope you use that. I highly recommend it for you. Thank you, Miriam. Okay, let's move along. Let's see who we got now. Erin's just saying, I wish I had written all that you said, especially the end part. Well, you can pop back and have a read of it if you want to write that down for yourself, Erin. Not have a read of it, I mean, sorry. Replay it and take notes for it yourself. I have wonderful ideas of transcribing my videos, and there's hundreds of them from the last 10 years. Wonderful ideas about transcribing them and pulling out all the little nuggets. But I don't, because essentially I'm lazy. And I don't yet have the capacity to get someone to do that many hours of transcribing for me. So it's all there. Mary, I have a card for you, darling. It's time to get started on your mission. It's not time to get started. You're already started in some degree. But what we want to say to you at this time is that now is the energy that you're in this year, so even beyond the week that we're speaking about. 2017 for you, my dear, is the time to truly start coming out and being who you came to be in the world. In other words, to accept yourself for who and what you are and start sharing that out in the world, because it is part of your divine mission and it is your purpose, and you have all you need to fulfill it within you. So get to it. So that's the mission card for you, Mary. Thank you. Oh, look, we're running out of time. We have 10 minutes left. Let me have a look. I'm going to scroll and pick and choose. Hello, Kelly. Lovely to see you. Hi, Gloria. Just noticing your comments. So catching up with that. So Jody, I'm going to give you a little card for, Jody has said, I would love I would love a easing, but I'm presuming that's a reading regarding my relationship with money. Thank you. So Jody, let me shuffle the cards. It's funny because I've got the air conditioning on and I'm sweating here. There's so much energy going on here. I think you guys are contributing to it in some way. So Jody, let me get a card for you, my dear. Here we go. This is interesting, Jody. So, and we're talking about your money relationship. I want you to remember that, okay? The card that came out for you is the words card. And the first thing that came to me, that dropped into my mind when I saw the words word, when I saw the words word, was this: your words are your wand. And what that means specifically for you, Jody, at this point in time, specifically for you, this means that you have created your reality through the words that you have used. And you can change that in an instant. You can become more mindful about the words that you're using around your money relationship. And you can pick yourself up when you're using words that are not empowering around your relationship. And in this way, you can start to change your relationship. Thank you. Short and sweet, but we think very pertinent. Thanks, Jody. All right, let's have a scroll through. I want to jump onto Vanessa's question because it's so interesting. Because Vanessa's saying, there's a new man around me. Does it look hopeful or at least interesting? And it looks like fun, Vanessa. It looks like fun. It looks like you getting out and living life and tapping into the joy of that and the feelings of that, not as something to have any expectations around, but rather to only have the expectation of having fun and feeling it out and seeing where it goes, and knowing that anything that shows up that you don't like, that you are in that moment refining it for the next one. We think you got it. Thanks, Vanessa. Okay, just having a... Mariko, the only message around decluttering is keep doing it until it's all done. Just keep doing it. In the moments that you're doing it, your mind is busy and occupied, and we're delivering messages, is what they're saying. Ugh. While you're decluttering, you're not thinking so much. I mean, you're unconsciously thinking in a good way, not that old negative way. But what they're essentially saying is that declutter, clean, 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 keeping your physical body busy, keeping your brain busy, and you will receive some gold from it. So isn't that wonderful? I see you got the message. Fabulous. Tony Marie, I'm going to do a message for you, a card for you. It's 7 minutes to go. If I've missed you, I may come back if we have time. Please understand that I wish I could do a card for everybody, but I'm just doing the best that I can with the time. With the time that I have available today. But do remember that I have this every single week at the same time, midday on Monday in Australian time. That's Brisbane, so no daylight savings. I want to remind you too that you can, if you like, win a 20-minute session with me, which is valued at, it's normally costs $97. Its value is priceless, in my opinion. But what I want to say is if you would like to win that with me, certainly if you didn't get a reading today, all you'd have to do is like my page, tag a friend into this live and let them know they can get a free reading, and also share this out. Now, don't do it now because you'll get locked out. Rather, at the end of it, in 5 minutes, when we're finished and it comes back as a replay, it takes a few minutes after, share it to your profile or any page that you've got that you have permission to do that. And that will be helping me, of course, to do this work with more and more people, and I would truly, truly appreciate that. It is what I'm here to do. Full stop. That's all there is, to be of service. And so, so yes, you could win a 20-minute session by doing those 3 things for me. It will be drawn in 2 days on Wednesday, at midday on Wednesday. Tony Marie, as I was talking, we got a card for you, and the card is perception. Perception, perception, perception. Oh, sorry, I had to have some water. Burning up on the inside. When I get like this, when I get so warm from the energy, I sometimes wonder if this is what causes internal combustion. Internal combustion, I don't know if that's the word. You know, when people actually, it used to happen a lot in like the 1920s and before that, where people would just be sitting in their seat and just turn into a pile of burnt remains. And then I get all panicky and try and cool myself down. It's not funny the way our minds think. Which brings me back to the card that you got, Tony Marie. And the card that you got is the perception card. I feel, Tony Marie, that you're not perceiving something correctly. That's not the right way to say it. What I mean to say is that you're perceiving it from your lower self and not from your higher self. And your guides and your higher self are urging you to pop up into that higher self expression and consider the situation from there. And you will see it differently, and it will allow you to see the next steps moving forward. So what we're saying to you is drop into your heart, jump up into your higher self, so to speak, and look at it from our perspective is what is being said. Look at it from our perspective. So, Tony Marie, I hope that helps. If you want to know a very quick way to do that, just message me and I'll let you know. Okay? Message me, have a chat with me, whatever. All right, let me have a look. Osnat, one thing that I really want to point out to you, you've said I had a breakthrough on the weekend, but what else do I need to know about my somewhat broken relationship with money? Your money wants you to not have a broken relationship with it. In other words, what it wants you to do is to, so you've said here about my somewhat broken relationship with money. It balked. I could feel the energy of money or higher self, which is all the same thing, right? Balk at your use of the word broken relationship, because it puts it in the same category as other broken relationships, and it doesn't want to be in that category. It doesn't belong in that category. Okay, so I hope that helps, Osnat. No card, but I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense to you. I can see how it would. All right. Okay, just running through. Thanks, Peter, appreciate it. Neola. All right, I'm catching up with the messages that I missed. Thanks for sharing, Judy. Miriam, we did a reading for you. I don't know if you've written that in twice, that asking if you could have a reading. All right, how many minutes have we got? We've got 1 minute left. I'm going to, and I'm so, yes, Donna, we are live right now, but we are about to finish. Where we do this every single week on Monday at midday, Brisbane time here in Australia. So please join us next week. And make sure to like my page so that you receive notification when we do go live again. I do go live from time to time for random little things like card readings, and I'm going to do something with the self-care dare cards sometime this week, as well as launching my brand new interview style show, which I'll tell you all a bit more about later in the week. It's launching the very first show on Friday. I want to finish up by doing a reading for someone who's just popped on, because I felt called to when I saw her question. Robbie is saying, hi Anne, any message for me please? I'm being brave and strong. How do I stop the fear? Robbie, the reason that we're speaking to you is because we want you to just simply tune into the voice. Tune into what you are hearing. Get rid of anything else that's distracting you at the moment and just come into the space with Anne and with all that is. As we work with you energetically, we know you are now starting to feel it. We would like to invite anybody else who is here with us at this time to also tune in and to be willing in this moment to release. Release the things that are holding you back, whatever that might be for you. Just in this moment, allow yourself to think about the subject area that is really holding you back, that is not allowing you to step forward, or what you might call blocks. And we would simply invite you to allow yourself to feel that in this moment. And Robbie, we are, of course, speaking with you. We want you to allow yourself to feel the fear right now. Feel the fear. And just notice that you're feeling it somewhere inside your body. Allow yourself to drop down to where you can feel it and give that space some attention. As if you had your eyes plucked out and placed where you can feel the blockages or the energy or the fear, so to speak. Bring all your attention to it. There's nothing else you need to do in this moment. We will do it for you because you have asked. You are always asking, not just Robbie, but everybody. That's why we come. You have asked and we come. We come because you are so special to us. You are so much more powerful and so much more special and so much more perfect than you believe yourself to be. But when you call, we come running. That's why there are so many of us here serving at this time. Keep your focus there and just breathe and allow yourself to see whatever it is that fear for you or that thing that is holding you back. And it is gone. And we are done. And I am also done. Thank you so much for joining me and Aleckson for the Money Flow Show. I hope you received a reading. If you didn't, please come back next Monday, same time. Get in early, jump in and ask for a reading. I do have some idea of who's had readings, who hasn't, so I won't forget to do one for you. As I can, of course, you understand there's only so much time. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm Anne Aleckson. I am the Soul Speaker, giving a voice to the power within, and I will see you again on the show next week. Thank you.